everybody, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you might be new. Today I thought I would sit down and finally answer those questions I'd posted on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube community about doing a Q&A. My cat is gonna knock over my tripod. I had 4 people out of my 1,300 subscribers ask me a question, so thank you to those 4 lovely ladies. I will still answer your questions anyway. Not gonna lie though, feeling just a little salty about having 4 people leave me a question, but that's okay. I tried doing this when I had like 500 subscribers and 1 person asked me a question, so progress, I guess. But we're gonna go ahead and do the Facebook questions first. When did you get engaged and married? I got engaged February 2012. And we got married October 2012. Our actual anniversary date is 10/11/12, October 11th, 2012. We were originally thinking of getting married in November, right? Was it November? I think. But our son was gonna be born in November. He ended up being born November 28th. I think we were gonna get married like November 15th or something like that. We pushed it up to October, and then I picked a fun little date so it would help us remember. And then it says, are you going to have another child? No. My husband cannot have any more kids. He got a vasectomy when Bo was about 6 months old, I think. So he is the last baby, not having any more kids. Okay, YouTube community. Have you always lived in Arizona? What made you want to post videos? So I have lived in Arizona my whole life. I am born and raised here. I've lived in different cities before, but I've always lived in Arizona, and I probably always will. Oh, and what made you want to post videos? I actually thought it could be a money maker, which was a big mistake. Not a mistake, I should say, but there's no money in it, at least yet for me. I know there are a lot of people that do YouTube that make a lot of money from it. I was hoping that maybe I would be one of those people. So now it's just more of like a hobby, an outlet. I like being creative with it. I like having somebody to talk to, just things like that. And I also wanted to do cleaning videos to help other people, because that really helped me. Believe it or not, I used to be really bad at taking care of the house. We've lived in this house for about 2.5 years. Our old house was bigger and it was 2 stories, and we had less kids, but it was just a hot mess all the time. I had no cleaning routines. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just winging it left and right. Once I like discovered YouTube, which probably sounds really funny, like I didn't even watch YouTube videos, like cleaning videos or anything, until I think the first year, or maybe, yeah, the first year we moved in. It was maybe October or November maybe of 2017 that I actually discovered like cleaning videos, and then I started in February, just a few months later, because I thought that was really awesome and I could do that too and help other people. And now I actually have cleaning routines. My house is mostly clean all the time. So I'm really glad that I have YouTube now, not for money or anything. I feel like that was a really long answer. How old were you when you had each child? I was 20 with Lacey, 22 with Connor, and then 26 with Bo. Did you or hubby do any college or trade school? Matt did not go to any type of college or trade school. I have actually been to 2 trade schools. So originally I actually went to cosmetology school, and after about 3 months or so, I think 2 or 3 months of schooling, I actually dropped out. I am a beauty school dropout. Yes, my husband likes to remind me that all the time. So I just wasn't great at it. It wasn't a passion like I thought it was going to be. I could cut hair fine all day long. My husband is staring at me. I'm sorry, not cut. I could not cut hair all day long. I could color hair all day long. It was difficult to cut angles and different shapes of hair. If it was just like a trim or men's hair, I could do it, and I still cut my husband's and my son's hair to this day with clippers. I don't do anything fancy, but I know how to use them. But I did drop out after a few months. And then I also went to dental school to become a dental assistant. That was much more recent. Connor was like 2 or something when I did that. I actually did complete the course and graduate from dental school, and I have my dental assisting degree actually. However, they were supposed to get us ready for the x-ray test so we could be x-ray certified, because most places, at least here in Arizona, require you to have x-ray certification to be a dental assistant, and I failed that hardcore. The test was included in the price of the schooling, so if I wanted to do it again, I can't remember what the cost was because it's been so long, but I failed really hard even after studying a lot, and it was really difficult, so I just never tried again because we didn't have the money, and I just felt like I was not ever going to pass, and I didn't want to spend and waste more money if I knew I was not going to pass. So I still have that certificate, but I have never worked in a dental office before. When will you see your husband's family? If you are new, my husband's family lives in Texas. They moved about 1.5 years ago, and we have not seen them in Texas. His mom has visited once, and we have not been out there. She's supposed to come visit this September, maybe, hopefully, but I don't know if or when we will go out there, because it's really expensive to send 5 people across 2 states to go visit, regardless if we drive or fly. Matt has to get work off, and it's expensive, and we would have to also get a hotel, a rental car, plus either the flight or the cost of gas in a rental car, like to drive there and then drive around in Texas. We would want to stay for at least a week, so that's also money for food and souvenirs and everything else, and it will take us a while to save up for that. So I'm not really sure, but his mom at least should be coming in September. Can your husband do any easy Indian dishes? I hope you mean Native American, Native Feather Indian. Maybe I should cut that part out. Anyway, besides the popovers, which I've mentioned in a few different videos before, he just actually made that for the first time a few months ago. I think I posted a picture on Instagram or mentioned it in one of my vlogs or something like that. But that's the only thing that he has made, right, as far as those dishes go. And his family told us not to share that recipe with you, so sorry. Do you plan to have any more babies? No. And do you plan to move anytime soon? Moving is always in the back of my mind every single day. This house is too small for us. The location is great. That's why we are here, and the price for renting, especially, I don't know, in this area and in general for Arizona, is very expensive, and we got this house for very, very cheap, but it's not big enough, especially having Bo. We moved here when he was under 1 year old, and we only had, no, we didn't have any of the cats. We didn't have any cats at that point either. We now have 3 like fully grown children. They're 3, 7, and 9, and 3 cats. And it's 1,300 square feet. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, but our bathrooms have standing room only. The bedrooms are very small. The boys are struggling with sharing a room, and they have for quite a while. The kitchen setup and cabinet situation is just terrible. There's no storage in here. I'm happy to have a house, and I'm very happy to have a roof over our head. And like I said, the price and location for Matt working is great, but it's just too small. So we actually are trying to save up enough money to actually pay off the dental school that I still owe, which has now gone into collections. We need to pay that off so my credit score goes up. We need to save for like a down payment and like the inspection and all that stuff. So I think we're gonna stay here until we can buy a house, which with everything going on right now, I feel like that might be a little bit closer to the future than originally planned. So maybe in the next year, hopefully. Or if for some reason our landlord needs to kick us out, if he decides to sell the house, or if he just wants different tenants in here, I don't know. If it ever comes to that, then we will probably have to move sooner than planned, but hopefully we will be buying a house. If you were to reenact you and your husband's first date, where and what would it be? I asked Matt this question before I started because I couldn't remember. We celebrate 8 years. Yeah, 8 years of marriage. We've been together a little bit longer, but I don't remember what it was or when it was or where it was or anything, and he doesn't either. I can't remember that long ago, so I have no idea. What is your biggest regret? I mean, I could say that I have regrets and I've thought about this, but at the same time, I can't really regret anything in my life because it's put me to where I am today and the family I have and everything else. Really the only thing I can think of that I did that really didn't make an impact on my life, at least that I'm like aware of, was I dated somebody that was much older than me, and it did not, you know, turn out great, and it was just dumb, and I got in a lot of trouble during that time. It just was really pointless, and I could have done without that situation. So maybe that, but otherwise everything else that I've been through, the decisions that I've made have put me where I am today with the family I have, where I live, who I talk to, all that stuff, and I'm blessed with that. So I can't really regret much of anything else. Do you think the kids will go back to school in August? I think so. I hope so. Today is actually Cinco de Mayo. Also, if you think that I am like acting weird, it's Cinco de Mayo. So originally we were supposed to be like still closed in the stay-at-home order through May 15th, I believe. Our governor just announced that salons and barbershops and stuff will actually open May 8th, so that is 3 days away. Yes, that's 3 days away. And then on the 11th, I think that's the day after Mother's Day, all restaurants and bars and stuff like that can reopen as well. He just says they're gonna have much stricter occupancy levels, sanitization processes, stuff like that. So if we're reopening all of that stuff now, it's also like almost more than 100 degrees outside every day right now. It's between 95 and 102 degrees every single day right now, so it's killing everything up anyway because it's so hot outside. So if we're opening everything up now at the beginning of May, I'm pretty sure by August everything should be back to normal, hopefully. Okay, so the other one says, how did you and your husband meet? We actually met in high school, our sophomore year of high school, and I'm pretty sure it was in the lunch room, like lunch area. There was an inside seating and then like an outside seating to eat at the cafeteria, and I met him on the outside section of the cafeteria. I actually had a crush on his friend in junior high, didn't like him anymore. Apparently his friend had a crush on me, so that's why they kept hanging out with me, and the first time Matt was with him, I was like, he's cute. And then he was like, she's cute. So we met in high school in the lunchroom. We did not date all of high school or anything. That could be for a different video, that timeline and situation. But we found each other again when we were 20. We kind of talked on and off throughout the years. We only dated for like a month, I think, in high school when we were 16 years old. So, and then he changed schools, and you know, we still lived near each other, but we just didn't really talk or ever hang out or anything. But yes, high school. Oh gosh. Oh, let's do that one first. What are your favorite meals? In general, I really love Mexican food, anything Mexican food, but like a home-cooked meal, I really like my mom's palta chingua and her burritos. As silly as that sounds, the burritos that she makes are so simple and so delicious, which also goes hand in hand with Mexican food, but it's a different level. And then my husband makes delicious baby back ribs. I have shared that recipe in a vlog, so maybe I can try to remember to link it in the iCard if you want to go check it out. But that is delicious with corn on the cob, and then usually like mac and cheese or like baked beans is really, really good. So I don't really have one favorite meal, I guess, or yeah, favorite meals. I guess just Mexican food. Anything Mexican food is great with me. Thank goodness it is Cinco de Mayo. We ordered from a local Mexican restaurant, and it should actually be here in 5 minutes. So almost done with this. What would you describe your parenting style? How would you describe your parenting style? In general, we are pretty strict, actually. I really am trying to raise my kids the way I was raised. So you have manners, you have chores, you help around the house. They are limited on screen time and video games. They are limited on what they watch. They're not allowed to watch like SpongeBob. They've never watched, what is it called? I think it's on like Nickelodeon or Nick Jr. Is it Big Greens or Green City or Green something or other? They're not allowed to watch that crap. It just depends. So I think we're actually pretty strict with them in general as far as that goes. And we also get a lot of compliments before quarantine when we would be out and about at a restaurant or a store or whatever. We have gotten so many compliments that our kids are really nice, or our kids have really great manners. And I mean, they're my parents, but my parents always tell us that we're doing a really great job in raising our kids. So it's helpful and great that we're strict right now during quarantine. Though, if you ask me what my parenting style is, have you seen that meme? Maybe I can put it up here. It's that Korean actor, and he's got the Cinco de Mayo hat on, the sombrero, and it's like, I'll allow it, something like that. I mean, I still make sure they have their manners and stuff like that, but like, we're not as like rigorous and like, you have to do this and that. It's much more relaxed and chill. I was really trying for the first month, like March, I was like on it, on my A game, still parenting the same. It's become much more lax now that this has turned into a much longer affair. So it's not as strict anymore, but once they get back into school and we have our routine, it'll go back very quickly. The last question is, what's a random fact about you? So that could be a whole video in and of itself, because how do I pick just one, like one random fact I want to share in this video without just sharing a bunch of random crap, because I've already babbled a lot anyway. But how do I pick just one? Let me think about it for a second. Maybe this will intrigue you. I might do like a story time video on this, but I have a real brother from my mom and my father. I have a stepbrother from my stepdad because my parents are remarried. Anyway, so my real brother, I don't talk to anymore. He does not talk to us at all anymore. It's been a few years. My stepbrother, I would say, has been, even when we were younger, and is still now, more of a brother than my blood brother. So blood is not always thicker than water, but maybe I'll explain the reason why and the drama in another video or something, because that has nothing to do with the Q&A necessarily. So I don't know, let me know if you want to know. I'm fine sharing it. I don't care if he is fine with sharing it or not because I don't talk to him. So let me know in the comments down below if you do want me to record that like story time of why I don't. My camera just shut off. Let me know if you want to see me explain, if you want the video on the drama of why I don't talk to my brother. Yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A anyway. Thank you to the 4 lovely ladies that left me questions. I appreciate you so much. And I know you're like top commenters, so thank you so much for the love. I really appreciate it. For everybody else, go give the video a thumbs up. Please leave me a comment down below. Say hello. Ask me another question. Let me know if you have the same parenting styles, if you have the same favorite food. Just interact or something. I love reading your comments and answering back to you guys. Also subscribe down below if you are new. Hit the notification bell, set it to all so you'll be notified for everything. And I hope you guys are having a great day, a happy Cinco de Mayo, even though you're watching this on Friday. But still, I hope you're having a great day and I will see you next time. Bye guys.